All right, Nicholas Gonzalez, if you'll come down. Court is calling 2019 CR 11182, State versus Nicholas Paul Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced?
Duffy Pitlock for the state of Texas, Your Honor.
Lorraine Efren from Mr. Gonzalez.
Are you Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Oh,
It's this document. It's the document that tells you you're on probation, and it tells you what violations the state is saying you committed.
okay, no, I haven't seen that.
All right, then we'll let, just 1 second. I think she's grabbing it for you.
Um,
And she'll ask you.
Okay,
All right, so did you review that?
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes,
Are you the same Nicholas Paul Gonzalez who was placed on community supervision in 2019 CR 11182 for the offense of harassment of a public servant on June 12, 2020 for a term of 4 years and extended for 2 years? Is that you?
yes,
All right, state, you may proceed.
Violation of condition number 5. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Nicholas Paul Gonzalez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February, March, and April 2025 in violation of condition number 5.
To that, how do you plead? True or not true?
that's true.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 5 years in the prison and up to a $500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5? Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not an agreement, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
State is requesting that you grant the state's motion that we revoke probationer and we sentence him to 5 years.
All right, in defense, what are you requesting?
Mr. Gonzalez has been to ISF and safety. He actually feels like those programs helped him, even though he's still here and struggling. And even though we're pretty far into this probation, and I've talked to him at length about it, he really desires to continue and stay in the programs. And I think if the court will allow, the state will allow, he'd like to say a couple of things with regard to that.
All right, do you want to raise your right hand?
Uh,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Nicholas Paul Gonzalez.
All right. What would you like to say to me?
The ISF helped me out a lot with a place to stay and a direction to go on correctly. St. P basically did the same thing, but they didn't help me with a place to stay. I feel like the best option for me would be to get time to spend to get my mind right with the counselors and the teachings and everything else they could give me to shoot me in the right direction. I feel like if I were to go to jail or somewhere where I'm surrounded by nothing but negativity, something could happen to me. I could mess up even worse on the inside. I just feel like the best thing for me, for my personal health and well-being, would be to go to a program to continue getting the mental health and the physical help that I need from the state.
Okay.
And I know he's pretty far down on the probation, but I don't think he has any new offenses. I think it's failures to report, maybe failed drug test. And the probation documents indicate that full diagnosis was considered, and I'm not suggesting necessarily that it should be, but anyway, he would like resources to get back on his feet, find a place to live permanently, correct?
Correct.
All right. So, Mr. Gonzalez, I want you to know that I've heard your plea I've heard your attorney's argument. And I want you to know where I'm coming from, right? So you were placed on probation, and I understand the mental health issues. Normally, when you have a harassment of a public servant, there's usually some mental health issues involved.
Yes.
I always find it concerning when people are in mental health facilities and they assault someone, then we come back here. But here's my, yes,
Between me and the officer, it was a miscommunication.
oh no, so let me explain something to
Sorry,
you.
I
No,
was
no, no.
gonna let you know what happened because I feel like if he had spoke to me differently, I wouldn't have did what I did because he had called me crazy and I thought he was disrespecting me, so I disrespected him back. I spit on him on his leg. He wiped it back
So here's
off
the
onto
thing.
me.
But
And
here-
then later he told me that the reason why he had said what he said, because he said, you need to go to a medical unit, you need to go to a mental unit, don't you? He said it was miscommunication. I wasn't trying to be rude and call you crazy. I was trying to make sure that I placed you
Yeah.
in the right place you needed to go.
Here's
And I
the
wish
thing,
that I
Mr.
understood that when I had heard it.
But I
It
understand, but
was
here's,
just like a quick reaction and I shouldn't have
but
did
here's the
it.
thing, Mr. Gonzalez,
Yeah,
that ship has sailed.
yeah, for
As
sure.
far as why, while you're on probation, or the reason you're on probation, because you've been on probation, for a while, since 2020. And I want you to know where I'm coming from. I always want to give people conditions that are helpful to them. I see people as individuals, and I try to give them conditions that is for that specific individual.
Okay.
So if that person has a drug problem, I try to give them drug treatment. If that person has mental health issues, I try to do that for them. But the key thing about all of that is you can't help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. You can't help somebody who's not showing up, right? And so you were here on August 5th, 2020 for a motion to revoke. And that was a violation of condition number 5, which is not reporting. So what ended up happening is there was a jail sanction and then you were continued. Then May 17th of 2021, another number 5, failure to report. Your conditions were altered and amended to include a MIC evaluation to address whatever mental health issues you may be having. And then on August 22nd, 2022, you had a violation of condition number 22. And again, tried to help you with that by doing a TAP evaluation in custody because there were some drug issues that maybe had not been previously addressed. And there was a referral for the Center for Healthcare Services. Then you come back on March 2nd, 2023, violation number 5, not reporting. It was denied and both parties wanted, and probation agreed and the state agreed, they wanted you to go to ISF2 and have you placed back on the mental health caseload. Then, prior to all of this, let me see, not prior, but on March 26, 2024, you had a violation of condition number 1. And then I tried to have you referred to felony drug court and you extended for 2 years. So now you are here today on a violation of condition number 5. There is nothing else that I feel that can be accomplished for you by keeping you on probation. I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revoke. I'm going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There'll be credit for any successful completion of inpatient treatment, which legally I'm required to give you credit for that.
There's 59 days in the aftercare program that.
Not the aftercare. Yeah. Legally, I'm not required to give you time for that, and I don't give time for the aftercare program. I'll request the therapeutic community. And there is to be a $500 fine, time and money to run concurrently. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. You have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. When you're released from custody, if for some reason you can't find any location to help you with your mental health. If you come back here and I'm still here, I'll make sure that a placement is found for you.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. I missed the new number one.
Yes. Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay.
The docket sheet, because they're doing Odyssey, sometimes it's misplaced. Yes.
He has maybe like 304 days credit in county and 300 more or less days from the programs he's been in.
All right, just check with the clerks and they'll make sure he receives appropriate time.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
The judge reminds him that his probation stems from assaulting a public servant, a case that often involves underlying mental health issues. She notes that it is especially troubling when an assault occurs in a mental health setting. Although she acknowledges his personal struggles, she stresses that probation demands responsibility and compliance. In the end, she makes it clear that mental health challenges cannot excuse ongoing violations of court orders. Here's a polished rewrite for clarity and flow. The judge highlights that since 2020, the court has offered him numerous chances for help, including mental health treatment, drug programs, jail sanctions, and probation extensions. Despite all this support, he repeatedly violated his conditions, especially by failing to report as required.